There have been a number of reports that have looked at this notion of smart power and how we can get more and better smart power actually applied. And among the lessons that many of them draw is that the enterprises are underfunded and the government is not well coordinated. The different agencies, they're all spread out all over the place. You got State Department doing this and the Agriculture Department doing that and the military is doing something else. How does that get changed? If the president were to be elected and said, Ridge, you get in here and fix this.
Okay.
What would you do?
Well, I would probably design a chart as we designed when we were building, before we built the Department of Homeland Security, and see this maze, see this bureaucracy, this Byzantine list of organizations and agencies that deal with some, and show my colleagues in public service what a mess this is, and then convince the president of a reorganization and do it by executive order, and probably put it and decide where I want to put it.
Create a cabinet agency?
I'm not sure you need to do that. I think it probably, again, if it was well orchestrated, I could see it having a direct report to a cabinet secretary, probably state, but I'd let the president make that determination. But you really do have this labyrinth, this incredibly complex maze of organizations, all just have a little piece of the project and a little piece of the effort, and I think it has to be consolidated.
We talked to Senator Hagel here, and he said the real effort, the real battle, has to be with fighting poverty worldwide. I've observed this in other conversations. That's such an easy thing to say. Who's going to argue with that? But getting out there and doing it and turning it around, dealing with corrupt governments, getting money to actually end up where it's supposed to end up, teaching that person to really fish is much more difficult. So what do you make of that?
Well, it's interesting. I think there's a model they could potentially take from President Bush, the whole Millennium Challenge, where he said to developing countries and emerging democracies, there is a fairly substantial pool of dollars out here for you to access under certain conditions. And so there is and it's the HIV/AIDS program they initiated. There are some examples, and presumably, I'm sure there were some under President Clinton. I'm not trying to make a political statement here, where you had presidential leadership in congruence and in consultation with Republicans and Democrats in the House and the Senate, built something really bold and innovative, and that's exactly what we need here.